Hey everybody, it's Beerdy here. What's going on, guys? Okay, so today I'm gonna clarify the biggest question out there. How did Bruce Lee die? I get asked this question all the time, every day of my life. How did he die? And people have a million theories, okay? A million conspiracy theories on how he died. It's all bullshit. It's all nonsense. I'm gonna explain exactly how he died today and we can put this discussion to rest once and for all, okay? Okay, so back in the day, Bruce Lee got injured, okay? He had a back injury, a spinal injury. And he got in trouble because the doctor said that you're never going to train again, you're never going to do martial arts again, etc., etc. You have to put your martial arts career on hold or permanently stop. So Bruce had a choice. He could say, okay, I'm going to step down, I'm going to relax, I'm going to get a career, another job, whatever, become just an actor. Or I could start taking painkillers and do physiotherapy and go back to working out. But I'm going to be in chronic pain for the rest of my life. And I'm going to be completely dependent on the painkillers. And Bruce Lee knew this. He's a very smart guy. So he knew the risks. And he went for the second option. He said that, okay, if I'm gonna stay on this planet, at least I'm gonna do it my way, okay? I'm not gonna live to 80, having a boring life. His life, remember this guy, martial arts was his life, okay? Martial arts was everything. He is the godfather of martial arts. That was his entire life. So if he stopped doing martial arts, he's dead anyway. So, I mean, the choice was easy for him. He was going to do what he wanted. If he was going to follow his passion, his dream, he was going to do martial arts, no matter what it took, okay? So he took that choice. I'm going to take the painkillers and I'm going to do physiotherapy. I'm going to get trained. I'm going to get back to shape and I'm going to get stronger than ever before. And he did all of that. But, like I said, the downside is he needed to take painkillers every day. Just to get by, the pain was so insane. This is nerve pain we're talking about, spinal injury. So the pain is incredible. So he had to take some sort of painkillers every day. But he got back in shape and he got, he started training for 14 hours a day, people. 14 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. I mean, in 1 year, he had compressed 10 years of workout, okay? So you have to remember, in 1973, when he died, he had decades of workout in his body. When people like Jim Kelly say that his body was made of steel, they're not joking, man. This guy, Bruce Lee, had the most insane body in human history. The body he had in 1973 was, I mean, just something else, okay? It cannot be described. Just complete animal. You could not touch that guy. The speed, the power he had, I mean, he was untouchable. He's the closest you get to a superhuman. But, like I said, the downside is that he had to take these painkillers. And let me explain something. When you work out, if you ever worked out seriously, like I have, when you do serious workout, you put blood pressure in your arteries, okay? All over your body. And usually the arteries can handle it, no problem. The weakest arteries in your body are the arteries in your brain, in your head. When these get worn out over time, you can get trouble. You can get small bleedings, you can get even ruptures. But it's rare, okay? It usually happens later in life. But what did I say? I said that Bruce Lee had decades of workout in his body and he was only in his 30s because he worked out for 14, 15, 16 hours every day, 365 days a year, okay? So he's wearing out his arteries. The blood pressure pumping to his brain is wearing out the arteries. Now, let's get back to the painkillers. What do painkillers do? They had side effects, right? One of the side effects is that they loosen the arteries, okay? The arteries get weakened. They get loose and weak. Now combine the immense blood pressure flowing to his brain from working out every single day for 14, 15, 16 hours. Combine that with the pressure he put in there and the painkillers. That is a combination that is dangerous, okay? That is a killer combination. So if you're sitting there and wondering how could he have died from simply working out? Well, you need to work out seriously to know, okay? Because if you work out seriously, you're gonna get headaches. If I work out seriously, like my old regiment where I worked out every day, like Bruce Lee, I used to work out every day. I got serious headaches, like really serious headaches. It's very normal in the martial arts community and bodybuilding, etc. If you work out really, really hard, you're gonna get headaches. It's normal because it puts so much pressure in your arteries in your brain, okay? So that is a sign that you need to relax. Go back home, rest for a few days, then get back to working out. Bruce did not. He didn't care. He just took a painkiller and he continued, okay? So he did this for a long time, ladies and gentlemen. So now you're starting to get the picture here. This is how Bruce Lee died. He worked out an insane amount of time and put immense pressure on his arteries in his brains, and eventually he collapsed. And this happened a few times. Not only the day he died, but it happens months before he died, even years before he died, he started having crazy headaches. The painkiller in Beerdy Pace apartment, it's completely coincidental, guys. Forget about it. It's completely coincidental. He had collapsed many times before. The painkiller he took in that apartment was completely random, okay? He had already exerted some energy that day. He already had the headache when he came to her apartment. His head was already hurting, okay? So forget about that bullshit painkiller. It's completely coincidental. He had taken hundreds of types of painkillers in his life. Secondly, the painkiller he got is the most common painkiller in Hong Kong. And Bruce Lee is from Hong Kong. So he had taken those types of painkillers for years and years. So forget about the painkiller. It's bullshit that he died from a painkiller. It was completely coincidental, okay? So forget about it. It was a long time coming, guys. Like I said, when he made a decision that I am going to work out for the rest of my life with crazy intensity and take painkillers instead of relaxing, like the doctor said, that is the day Bruce Lee died. He died years before he died. He took that decision, okay? He knew what he was doing. He knew the risks involved. But he wanted to follow his passion. He wanted to follow his dream in life. He wanted to do everything he wanted in martial arts. And you know what? We are so lucky because we got to see some of the greatest movies of all time those few years he was alive, okay? Enter the Dragon, Way of the Dragon. I mean, these are one of the greatest movies of all time. Still the greatest martial arts movie of all time. If he had decided to step down and stop doing martial arts, we would never have gotten these movies. So these are his legacy. And we are so lucky to have them in our life and to see them in our lifetime, okay? So remember that, guys. He did all of us a favor. He did the planet a favor. He did martial arts a favor. He will for always and ever be remembered as the greatest martial artist to ever live. He had the greatest body of all time, okay? Forget bodybuilders today, forget martial arts today. His body was decades and decades and decades ahead of anything you had seen in that time. So this is, you can say he sacrificed himself for martial arts, and he sacrificed himself for the better of mankind, actually, because we get to see the end result in Enter the Dragon and the movies he made before he died. We get to see his incredible martial arts, his incredible body, his incredible technique, his speed, his power. I mean, the guy hit like a heavyweight. Heavyweights out there like Jim Kelly and Joe Louis said he hit like a heavyweight. When they took a punch, it was like being hit by a heavyweight. And I mean, his speed it could not be compared to anyone alive today. Anyone, you can't compare them to anyone. When martial artists like Conor McGregor and Anderson Silva, they all say that Bruce Lee was the best. Had he been alive today, he would have crushed, he would have destroyed the UFC. He would have held the belt in 3 or 4 divisions. Trust me on that. 3 or 4 divisions, he would have held the belt. If he wanted to, he could even go higher. He can go over to light heavyweight. But I doubt he would have tried light heavyweight because he would have packed on too much weight and he would have got slower. But lightweight, middleweight, and probably bantamweight, those are the 3 divisions he would have completely destroyed everyone. Not only do you see any martial arts competition on the planet, and he would have held the titles and the belts for the rest of his life. No one could have stopped him. He would have been that great. Trust me on that. He was the greatest and will remain the greatest of all time. Because today, there is no one out there that has the combination of the freak genetics he had and the incredible mental strength and power and acuity that he had. Now combine that with the craziness of working out 14 hours a day, 365 days a year. No one is that crazy, okay? Only Bruce Lee could have done something like that. So we will never see a Bruce Lee again. So we have to be thankful for the time he had on the planet and the stuff we got from him, and stop with the bullshit nonsense conspiracy stuff, okay? The stuff with the painkillers or the mafia, that's complete bullshit. Just stop it, okay? Like I said, like I explained, this is how he died. If anyone asks you how he died, this is the answer, okay? He completely overtrained himself. Now combine that with simple biology. His arteries just couldn't take it anymore. They burst. He got a brain aneurysm from the bleeding in the arteries in the brain, and he died. It's that simple. There's no ambiguity here at all. Okay, this is simple biology. You cannot train like he did without consequences. That is how the human body is built. Now combine that with the painkillers, and that is a deadly combination. It's that simple, guys, okay? I know that people want some crazy, wild conspiracy. It's more sexy, with the crazy conspiracy. But this is reality, folks. And it's a shame, but that's how it ended. If I could go back in time, I'm not sure I would have stopped Bruce Lee from doing what he did, okay? It might sound weird, but if I went back in time and I could save his life, but the consequence was not getting Enter the Dragon and not getting Wave the Dragon and all of this stuff. I don't know if I would have done it. I think Bruce Lee, when he died, he was happy with what he had done in his life, okay? It's like I said, it's a shame he died so extremely young, but he did what he wanted in life. He was a happy man. He was following his dream. And what can you do? If he was alive today, it would have been a different picture, because today we can treat the pains he has in a different way. He wouldn't have taken painkillers for the pains. He would have got something else, and that means that the risk from overtraining wouldn't have been there. So maybe he would have survived. We don't know. It's just speculation. But that's all for today, guys. Now we just finally put this discussion to rest. I hope all of you guys are doing great. Thank you for all the amazing likes and comments on the videos. The channel is back up and going hard now. I have tons of material that I'm restoring now. never before seen footage is coming up, guys. So stay tuned to the channel. It's going to be a really great year. And thanks for watching, guys. See you guys later. Bye.